security forces have seized a huge cache of arms and ammunition during the search operations in Manipur's Bishnupur and Thaubal districts from Tongkong Lok village. In Bishnupur district, security forces have seized one SLR with a magazine and 303 rifle, one 12-bore single-barrel gun and two 9mm pistol with magazine, one anti-riot gun and two INSAS LMG magazine, two INSAS rifle magazine, four hand grenades, one detonator, five anti-riot shell, ammunition and other articles. The security forces have seized one anti-material rifle sniper modified with the sight scope and magazine, two single bolt action rifle, three N9M pistol. These are in fact various kind of arms and ammunition that have been recovered from Leshung Ikopat area of the Thaubal district by the security forces during the search operations in Bishnupur and the Thaubal districts. My colleague Nibir is joining me for more. In fact, Nibir, at this point of time, this is in fact a huge recovery of arms and ammunition in Bishnupur and Thaubal district. When we're talking about these two districts, the demography and the kind of trail through which these arms and ammunition has been recovered also signal the kind of activities that must be pertaining through these routes. What have the police and the security forces given the information in regards with the kind of nexus that has been operated and specifically the search operations that have been conducted in these two districts?
Well, if you see that the search operations and the combing operations are going on and it has intensified from December 28 because of the recent violence that we have seen in Manipur, and as such, the security forces has recovered a huge cache of weapons and arms and ammunition and warlike store. This is part of the combing and the search operations going on in Manipur to de-escalate matters, and the main agenda is to remove the uses of arms and ammunition in this conflict, and as such, the security forces are doing these operations. And the main agenda has also been to do extensive Naka checks, which has also benefited the security forces to seize these arms and ammunition. And as Manipur sees the violence for more than 18 months now, one of the main agenda for the police forces and the security forces is to de-escalate the entire situation and bring about peace. And that can only be achieved if these kind of search operations and combing operations continues and the arms and ammunition which are used on the ground can be removed so that the violence can be subsided to a big extent.
Well, in fact, thank you for adding these details, Nabil. I request you to kindly stay on with us as we also have a guest joining us this morning live on the broadcast on this breaking development that we are tracking very closely. Major Muhammad Ali Shah joins me live on the broadcast. Very good morning and wishing you a very happy new year, Major Muhammad Ali Shah. Right now, when we are talking about this, in fact, my colleague has also given out the details of the huge cache of arms and ammunition recovered during the search and the combing operations in the Thaubal and the Bishnupur districts. Now, this definitely does signal the kind of nexus that was being operated under the nose of the security forces and the police, and also in fact complete coordination with the administration as well in Manipur. And this is, mind you, also coming just 2 days later when the Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has apologized to the people of various communities in Manipur for the long withstanding ethnic clashes and the violence that have been hit the state for more than 2 years now.
Right. Firstly, the security forces are doing a commendable job. I commend them for the recovery of the huge cache of arms and ammunition and such things. At the same time, the security forces in Manipur have to walk a very, very tight rope. They have to be extremely careful. I'll give you a small example. Recently there was an attack on a journalist, and whether it was a targeted attack or not, that is debatable. That is still being talked about. There was an attack on a journalist, and a lot of people have condemned the attack. Whether it was a targeted attack or whether it was by a stray bullet, which can aati hai. I've been in the line of fire. I know when there's firing going on, you just don't know where and how it's coming from. So there's been a lot of debate about that as well. Now, it's very important also at the same time when I was there with the Assam Rifles, before the Assam Rifles, I was there as an army officer. Then I went on deputation to the Assam Rifles. So there, the locals, the villagers would tell us when we would go for operations that, Major Ali, when we see you in uniform with your arms and ammunition, we feel that the army is here to protect us, not to intimidate us. Because I believe that the only way forward over here, operating over here, would be by winning hearts and minds. We should make the people feel that we are there for them, we are there to protect them. And as a result, what happened in return? We created a goodwill. As a result, we automatically started getting inputs about the underground factions, about the militants and about the insurgents. We would know where and how things are being operated, how things are being done about. I learned the culture. I learned a bit of the dialects, the languages. I learned their food habits. I learned not only me, my company, my platoon, my boys. They all were very, very brave boys. Similarly, I think when the armed forces have to operate in a difficult situation, they should take care that no guilty is left punished and no innocent is harmed. That's a very, very tight rope. That's a very difficult thing to do. That no civilian, no innocent should be harmed. We particularly took care that, the women and children should not be harmed at all. And though they were often, they would come and protest and they would block our way, but yet we had to walk a very, very tight rope. Now, when you recover an arm, a huge cache like this, you got to have a very, very good intelligence network. When you have a very, very good intelligence network, that is when you get specific information, and based on the specific information you operate, and there you get a cache. Otherwise, it will result to jungle bashing and it will not lead anywhere. So most certainly, and I think my heart goes out to people of Manipur. Last night, I at 12 o'clock at night, I didn't celebrate the New Year, the hour 12 o'clock. I personally did not celebrate. Rather, I went on YouTube, did a YouTube live, I took out a video, and I said, in solidarity with my brothers and sisters from Manipur, my family has gone abroad, but I chose to be here, and my heart goes out to you people. So I think it is the responsibility of all of us to come together. So that should be the nation's first priority, not about Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, Lebanon, Iran, or Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan. I think Manipur, a state which has contributed a great deal towards nation building. Ratan Thyam, you name Mirabai Chanu, Mary Com, the list goes on. Last year we had Femina Miss India in Manipur, we had a polo tournament in Manipur. Manipur, in fact, is a state which has got floating islands, Lake Loktak. Where else will you find such beautiful people over there, such beautiful islands over there? No. So the very fact is, it should be our first priority. And again, thanks to you, in fact, and to responsible reporting. I would urge a lot of people, even on social media, and to refrain from taking sides. Be balanced, be rational, be fair in your views, and let us work together for peace for Manipur, not for any particular community or tribe or any particular region, religion, race. That doesn't matter. We should get peace in our own country, in our own state, and only when people from Manipur, they feel neglected. I'll be very, very honest. They've been neglected for way too long. So when they feel that we are there for them, and it's always give and take, and they are very much a part of India. They're very much a part of us. And we would do a lot of health checkup camps, free medical camps, education camps, eye checkup camps, blood donation camps. I had a record of donating my blood every 3 months over there. And in fact, I have a certificate from the Red Cross Society for donating my blood. So people would say that, that's the kind of a soldier we want. And that's the kind of, I believe a gun will never get peace. A gun will bring pieces. You got to win hearts and minds. You got to make them feel that. Otherwise, if what happens when I'll give you an example I'll tell you why, especially when I was in JNK, it was very different in JNK and in Manipur operating over here. But we were told in our pre-induction training, even in JNK, when you catch a suspect, you treat them with respect. Because if you disrespect them, or if you give them a different kind of a treatment, that especially in front of their loved ones, they might turn hostile. They have a fear of turning hostile. So we were very, very careful. And again, I think the army is doing a great job. The Assam Rifles, who know the terrain very, very well. In fact, my battalions, who were very good in guerrilla warfare, booby trap, and who knew the terrain, we would operate without maps. We would go on ground without maps because our men, the boys that I had, who I was leading, they knew the area back of their hands. So it's very, very important to know the terrain, to know the background, to know the culture, and then to operate there to bring in peace in Manipur.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.